Do you realize in the realm of the spirit, there is an apparatus to be able to command the morning? There is a prayer level you can get to where you can command the morning.
Hello, welcome to Damascus TV. This channel is going to help you to grow your spiritual life. And when you listen to this channel, your life will change forever. God bless you, but don't forget to subscribe to this channel for morning video updates.
1 Corinthians 13 verse number 1. Notice what the Bible says. It doesn't say if I speak. It says though I speak the tongues of men. Does Paul speak the tongues of men? Yes, he says, I'll thank my God that I speak in more tongues more than all of you. Yes, no. He didn't say that I speak more times. He is talking about the quantity of tongues. So he says, though I speak in tongues of men. Does he speak in tongues of men? Yes. Does he speak in tongues of men? Yes. Now he says, and of angels. How come nobody has told us that we can actually speak in tongues of angels? Yes, we understand in the Pentecostal side of things, as they say Pentecostal, we go ratakabaka, rikabujake, and we say we are speaking tongues of angels. Now, if it is saying tongues of angels, that definitely means that angels speak a language. And Paul says, and behold, I heard out of heaven God speaking to me in the Hebrew language. So God speaks Hebrew, we know that. Though I speak with what? With tongues. And the word that appears as tongues many times, it is the word glossa. And if you're talking about speaking in tongues, it's the glossolalia. All right? Eulalia, you speak. Then glossa is the tongues we are dealing with. And it actually means the real tongue. But then when you keep going with the issue of reading the book of Hebrews 12, 13, and 14, you understand that he starts using the word dialecto, where we get the word dialect. And I understand that you have got over, I don't know, maybe 3,000 languages and then 9,000 dialects. Meaning to say, out of this language, there can be substrates of the same language. That's a dialect. So we know what Paul is talking about. He's saying, I speak, though I speak in the dialects of angels. That means when angels speak to each other, they use a certain language. Now the Bible says Paul was able to speak that language of angels. This whole concept is not maturity, where we just pray in tongues. Wonderful, that's a certain stage. Then there is another stage where we also pray in tongues. That's brilliant. Then we can sing in tongues, but that's the style of using tongues. But there are 4 types of tongues. The one you use for prayer, the one you use for intercession, the one the Bible says when you speak in tongues, you speak secrets. Then the one that needs interpretation. So if I still need interpretation when tongues are spoken, that means they are different from the ones I don't need an interpretation, because it says when you speak in tongues, you speak secrets to God. Howbeit in the spirit, you are speaking what? So there are tongues for intercession. There are tongues where I just pray to God and God hears on his own. Then there are tongues where I edify myself. Then there are tongues that need interpretation. Notice the Bible calls it a language and a dialect. A language and a what? A dialect. There is no language which has no communication. Okay. The Bible says there may be too many sounds, but not one is without signification. 1 Corinthians 14:10. There are, it may be, so many kinds of voices in the world, and none of them is without signification. That means every language you utter, every syllable, every yes, every every according to the Spirit, it is something that will respond to it. Number 2, what I was speaking about, interpreting that language. We're talking about prayer. We're talking about interceding in that language. Then we move to a higher level. Now, when we come every time and we tell you, God is about to give you a car, celebrate, you run from that end to that end. Then you go home and it's dry. Until you mature for yourself and begin to use the apparatus I'm telling you to use. And then you have the same results I have. Otherwise, we'll spend the whole year with just testimony this, testimony that, and not one of you will be able to match the pastor who is speaking. So it is possible that I make him stand up and then he will speak in tongues. And if he speaks in tongues, he can pray in tongues. But if I say to him, speak in Shona, please greet the people in Shona. Did you hear that? So you have been told something. Why can't you tell him? So if I say hello, you just keep quiet? Answer back. Who told you to answer back? It is the communication that was done by him. It has told you that this is a language and it's referring to you. That means there is no language that has no response. So every language will involve communication. No. That means how come your speaking in tongues is never between each other? I remember in Manchester, I was prophesying to a lady who was Zimbabwean. And I knew she was Zimbabwean because I had to ask where she was coming from. She said Zimbabwe. So I'm busy prophesying. In the mode of prophesying, I start speaking. God is going to take you from this to that location, from this to that location, and all these other things. Then I entered a language I had no idea. And everyone is looking at me. In that moment, I am thinking I'm still speaking in Zimbabwean language, Shona, and English. So I thought I was mixing the two. So I'm okay with some people who are from Britain looking at me somehow. Because I'm speaking this language and I'm realizing that as I speak in English, she's not getting me. So I tuned into what? Into Shona, and she would get me. But then it happened that I asked her, you understood me? She said, yeah, I get everything. I said, what was I saying? And everyone is thinking she is the gift of interpretation of tongues. Whereas no, I was speaking in French when I thought I was speaking in Shona. Hey. And she had just gotten a job at the embassy interpreting for French speakers. And I was busy speaking in French for over 10 minutes. No idea it is French. I can't speak it now. So there are languages of men. Then there are languages of tongues. Angels have a language that they speak. And those angels can speak a language that will cause you to get into a certain level, a dimension. You begin to download resources and techniques of the Spirit used by luminaries. So when you begin to speak in tongues, you are speaking languages that can command angels. I hear there's an argument, you can't command angels unless God allows you. That's a very silly argument. Because everything we do is because God allows us. So why argue as a church? Could it be that we're failing to get a hold of the realities of tongues of angels? Because where we are right now, it says we are come unto Mount Zion. He that speaks in an unknown tongue edifies himself, rejuvenates, repairs oneself. That means your cells can even get the inclination, the impulses. Your cells will begin to get it. You get what I'm saying? I know something is in my blood, something is in my bones, something is in my cells. Ratush, apelegenu, sarakush, kabelio, tonde, kratase. As you move, you can feel tongues are rising. Ha. Teku. Swa. You can feel tongues are rising. So when we speak in tongues, we are speaking to angels that are spirits. So when we speak in tongues of angels, not tongues of men, it is possible to speak tongues of men. When I spoke French, tongues of men. But when you get now to tongues of angels, the Bible says, shut up when nobody is interpreting, because these are not tongues of angels. How be it in the spirit, you speak secrets to God. That means God is hearing the secrets. And if we speak to God, God has to answer back in our spirits, and we know exactly what he said. So I can speak to God in tongues. And I did not say I can direct my thoughts to God. It's speaking. It's a convo. It's a conversation. So we are conversing with God. The problem with you is you're thinking of mono. So you're sitting there and God doesn't say anything. Exactly the way you pray. If you watch one time in London, I spoke to somebody and they spoke back and I spoke to them and they spoke back and I said, wait, tell me what you think we said. I didn't complicate it. Tell me what you think we said. And then I wrote my own. It matched. Yes. It is possible that I speak to you and you'll be able to answer back. It is possible that when we are moving in the street and we see the enemy joining us, we can just say, I see you walking over there. Instead of good morning, I say, La Crusta Bra. Hey! La Crusta Bra. You go Lehendrigo Sacradix Angre. I know you are saying your mother and your father are okay. God is blessing you. Bye. I know this. That's why they think we are faking it. Oh, yes. Because they understand even the smallest, the most myopic-minded person on earth will tell you if it's a language, why can't you hear back? There is a time, brothers and sisters, that is coming, that when we begin to speak in tongues, we can hear the language, we can understand what somebody is saying, and we can get the knowledge, and then we answer back, and we converse in tongues. I said we converse in tongues. We converse in tongues. Aye.